The Lord be with you. Thank you for joining us for our time of self-reflection. And again, what I'm looking for is why we do what we do and to see whether there's buy-in, whether you believe it, whether this connects you with God and with other people, and whether you want to invite other people into the story that God is telling through us. You know, what's the unique purpose and calling of King of Glory Lutheran Church? And do you buy it? And do you want to invite others to be a part of it? All right. So I'm recording this right before the end of the church year, the last Sunday of the church year, and which means we're beginning with the beginning of the church year. And so, as you can see on the screen, I have a picture of the church year for you. So the church year has two fixed dates. The one fixed date is Christmas, which always falls on December 25. I won't get into why December 25th was picked for the celebration of the birth of Jesus, other than it had nothing to do with the day Jesus actually was born. That's just when we celebrate it in the church year. This was developed pretty early on in the church. I believe in the first several centuries of the church, this development of the church year. The other fixed date is right down here, the resurrection of Jesus, Easter Sunday, which always falls. You go to the vernal equinox, which is March 20 something, and then you wait for the first full moon. And then in the Western church, we wait for Sunday, and that's Easter Sunday. So it can fall somewhere between, March 20 something and April, the end of April, something like that. Those are the two fixed dates. And then, we count backward from Easter, 6 weeks for the beginning of Lent, and then count forward 7 weeks for the season of Easter and the celebration of the ascension of Jesus. And note what happens then with the ascension of Jesus. We go into the half season of the church. So let's go back to the beginning of the church year, the season of Advent. So you take December 25th, you count back 4 Sundays, and you've got the first Sunday in Advent. And then the Sunday before that then is the last Sunday of the church year. The last Sunday of the church year is the celebration of Jesus's return on Judgment Day, the last day, or the beginning of the new creation without opposition. Yes, the new age without opposition. The new heavens, the new earth, without opposition. That's all good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Advent prepares us for Christmas by looking back to Jesus's first appearance and say, how do we prepare for the final Judgment Day? By looking back at Jesus's first appearance. How did they prepare? So this is the half season, called the half season of our Lord, from Advent, Epiphany, revealing who Jesus is, the Lenten season, where we prepare ourselves, a season of mourning and reflection on the cross of Jesus as we journey with Jesus to the cross, to the resurrection season, where we celebrate the resurrection, and then the half year of the church, where we talk about how we live as the church between Jesus's first appearance and his final appearance. So the half year of our Lord focuses on Jesus's birth, ministry, suffering, death, resurrection, ascension. The half year of our Lord, we go through the life of Jesus every year, okay? And it's formed and shaped by the church year. And I think this is really good, really important, because not all books of the Bible are created equally. You could spend, a couple years in Genesis, and Genesis is foundational. But we go through the life of Christ every year, okay? With the church year, we go through the life of Christ every year, because the life of Christ is our life. His birth is our birth, his death is our death, his resurrection is our resurrection. So that's why I try to stick with the church year, even though I don't follow the lectionary, because the lectionary just bounces all over the place. Uh, so we still stick with whole books, but I fit them into the church year. So Advent, Christmas, we're focusing on the Gospel of Matthew and especially the fulfillment passages. Okay, but that's a time-bound statement. But the church year, it really is awesome. It really is. It's not just Christmas and Easter and whatever you do the rest of the time. No, we continually go over the life of Christ and the life of the church. Okay, God's peace.